So the property sector is facing significant challenges right now, like rising construction costs, material shortages, and labor issues. How are these challenges affecting your projects, and what strategies are you employing to navigate these tough times?
Yeah, well, to it like anybody else, it's certainly been a difficult couple of years. I've probably pushed the team and made some significant changes in the last 2 to 3 years, which from my end, it really comes down to overlapping aspects of the development process, which maybe at times people wouldn't otherwise do. So you'd normally, once you've got your town planning, then you know what you've got, and then you get your sales and marketing, and you get your sales, and then you move to construction. That's not a luxury that I feel we can afford, and to be honest, I'm not sure many can at the larger end of the market. So really focusing on speed and then overlapping cycles. So what that does is it probably takes up more money, but it hopefully moves things along quicker. So, if I look at Louise, Melbourne, when we launched it, it was around 100 apartments. We were selling pre-permit, right? Now, I wouldn't normally want to do that, spend $500,000 getting on market and try to sell apartments that I don't actually have a permit for. But the planning process is so long and protracted that I can't sit there and pay six figures off my mortgage whilst I wait to resolve an objector. It's really just not fair, reasonable on my end. So it means I have to take some more risks. It means I have to work the team harder, and there may be supportive costs if it comes down to like, hey, we have to redesign something because the permit that we ended up getting. Louise is an example. We were on market pre-permit. We were doing our design development whilst we were doing sales and marketing, and then obviously moving into construction as quick as we could. And the same thing will be on the next project that we launch. I don't like it, but at the same time, things are just going too slow, and the costs. I think the other aspect of this probably is the longer you take to move through the steps, the more risk you actually bring into the project, because if your construction is moving away from you as you're selling, then next thing you know, you've locked in your revenues, and maybe the project's no longer feasible. If we can sell as quick as we can and then hold that construction price, we can tie the two together, and those are probably the two biggest levers in any feasibility, right? You can tinker around the edges, pay my architect 50,000 more or less, or whatever. But ultimately, it's that top number, and then it's that construction number. You've locked in the purchase price of the land, so that's that. So from my end, if I can try to hold those two together as quick as I can, and then move through, I'm feeling better about things.
Yeah, I like that the relationship between the construction cost and the high-end price. Yeah, because like you said, the longer you leave it
Yeah.
there, the more the costs are getting increased by the day, and so on. And how do you juggle that
I think
process?
we've seen it as well. There's been situations in Queensland and Western Australia where developers have sold through developments, and they've got their construction price, and they've had to go back to purchasers and ask for more money, and either lose sales or get more money, or simply moot the development and rescind the contracts. So we sort of put it as a positive that we're actually giving them more stability and confidence that once we lock these two in, and builders will hold prices. They may hold a construction price for 6 months, say, maybe not 2 years ago or even a year ago, but certainly now. And if we have a clear strategy that we can get moving and get those sales, it does work. So, yeah, as I said, it's not something that we used to do. I think we've done 16 developments now, and probably for the first 10 plus, that wouldn't be the case. But also, the other aspect of that is that the market used to be a lot more free flowing. So those first 2 3 months on market, you might sell a lot of stock, where now it might take you 6 months to start to get some momentum and really get those sales to a point where you've got debt cover and bankable.